what have you done? You have most definitely thrown a spanner in the works with YouTube Music. This is going to drive me crazy. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're all doing fabulously well. We're almost coming out of lockdown in the UK. We've not got long to go. I don't know where you're watching this. I hope you're staying healthy and keeping safe. So today's video is going to be about YouTube Music. Now, did you watch my previous video between Spotify versus Apple Music, the battle? If you didn't, I shall link that down below. Watch it, it's getting some great traction. I've had some good feedback. However, YouTube Music has thrown something into the mix. I've been using it now for a couple of months. I'm not saying I'm a long-term. I did try the Google Music and whatever else they had before that. It didn't quite catch on. It wasn't really that good. But I think they may have hit the nail on the head with this one. And I'm going to get into it. So let's do it. So can YouTube really compete with the giants of this game? The Spotify's, the Apple Music. Now I know there are others like Deezer and so forth. And there are some really sort of entry-level stuff, like if you listen to Epidemic Sounds, but they don't have an app, but they have some fantastic music. And I use Epidemic Sounds for a lot of my videos. But, you know, YouTube Music, it brings something to the game, and so much so that I had to do this video. So YouTube Music has a huge catalogue of tunes. I mean, huge. There was stuff that I couldn't find on Apple Music or Spotify that I found here on YouTube Music, which kind of really got me starting to think, how good really is this system? So I started to play with it. I started to enjoy it. I started to create playlists. I started to listen. So you can upload music. You've got music, you can upload it to the YouTube thing, which allows you to get songs that you might not find on Spotify and Apple. It has a 100k music library, which is pretty darn huge. I don't think you're ever going to max that one out. However, I know the other two have unlimited libraries to this date, but however, 100k is pretty huge. And to be fair, you know YouTube, they're going to match them like for like, which is, I believe, is going to go unlimited pretty soon. I know, I can hear you all screaming down the camera, but I've spent endless hours creating playlists on Spotify. Endless. Fear not. Do you know there's actually some free apps now that you can use that you can easily transfer your Spotify playlist straight to YouTube Music? No more having to go through all your playlists. In fact, it's a good idea to have a clean out, but it makes it really simple and it's free. Now, like Spotify, it also allows you to have a free service that you can use, but with the premium features, if you buy the premium, it gives you the same sort of benefits that you get with Apple and that you get with Spotify, which I think is really good. So I could go into bits more in depth, and you can, you know, we could go into who's got what, but, you know, for what I use and probably much for what you may be using, the premium features they're all there. Sound-wise, just like the other two, you've got anything from normal all the way up to very high. So for audio quality, I believe it has something like 256-bit, which is kind of the same as Apple. However, we know Spotify can go up to 356, and I believe Amazon Echo or Amazon Music, I think, has CD quality. However, when I listened to all of these, because I've got them all, and I mixed them up a little bit, and I really put them on some good headphones. I've got the Bose. Honestly, I couldn't tell the difference. I seriously couldn't tell the difference. Now, just like Spotify, this will listen to your music that you're listening to. Is that right? I don't know if I got that right. However, it will create mixtapes, they call them mixtapes, on your preferences that you're listening to. So a bit like Spotify, a bit like Apple, it will know kind of the music that you want and create playlists for you. I must admit, I have to admit, YouTube is doing a really, really, really good job. The mixtapes that they are creating for me, I'm actually really enjoying and listening to, like I did with Spotify and also with Apple, but they're matching it. So I'm not saying one is going to be better than the other, but I have to say the YouTube algorithms, or the YouTube Music algorithms that they're using, is pretty good. And the fact that you've got the thumbs up feature and the thumbs down feature is really good as well. I like the fact that you can thumbs up a music and it sends that into the Google algorithms or the YouTube algorithms, and it is using that information to generate a particular playlist or mixtape that you might like. I like that feature. Now for me, this is where it gets really good, and what these... I'm not going to say it. What they've done is they've tied this in with YouTube Premium. So if you're like me and you watch a lot of YouTube on your TV, you watch YouTube on your phone or your iPad or your tablet, whatever it is you might have, you don't get any adverts and you have direct access to your music. Now, on top of that, within that, not only does it give you the songs, but it also gives you the music videos if it has them in the catalogue. Now, of course, with the music videos, they can be slightly different to the songs. It might be a bit of an intro bit, you know, like with some of the videos that they film, whatever, before they actually get into the music. So you need to pick and choose if you want the song or you want the video. But I think a nice added option. I like that. So as I mentioned in my previous video, so if you're someone like me who listens to Spotify a lot, one of the things I love so much about Spotify is when you're creating a playlist and how easy that can be. So the moment you've got your first 3 songs within your playlist, at the bottom, it gives you a recommended set of music to match the genre that you're listening to within that playlist. So you might find songs that you wasn't even thinking about putting into that playlist that you can't think, that's a really good song, I want to put that in. Apple Music didn't do that. That was one of the things that I mentioned in my previous video, and YouTube does. They have a very clever algorithm system that once you start creating that playlist, it's going to recommend. And just like Spotify, you can refresh. This is what I'm saying, matching like for like, and it's doing it all in one app. But Apple, it had lyrics. They're beautiful lyrics that you can just click and it will take you to that part of the song. Love that feature. Guess what? Yes, YouTube has lyrics. Now, it's not as beautiful and as elegant as what Apple has done, because in true fashion of Apple, they're going to make that fantastic. Everything they do makes it fantastic. But it does have lyrics for the song. It's in a text format, you can see, but it's there. So if you want to sing along to your heart's content like I do when I'm listening to Apple Music and people look at me very strangely, you can do it. Another feature that this has, Quick Picks. Now, Quick Picks, it basically picks up some of the music that you're listening to, your playlist and everything else. And with Quick Picks, it kind of recommends a load of quick picks that you might want to listen to. When you select one of the quick picks, got to be careful where you say that. When you select one of the quick picks, it then generates a playlist based on that selection that you've done. So it will give you something different to listen to. I love that feature. And it normally predicts music that I actually really want to listen to. I love the quick picks feature on YouTube Music. And I think as well what they've done with the Android app, you know, I've got the Google Pixel 3 XL and I've also got the iPhone 12 Pro Max. The UI within that phone is really nice. I love the animations that it does. It's simple and easy to navigate. And the iPad app is really good. You know, you can see here that the iPad app, it just looks really nice. And some of the animations that you can do when you're minimizing the track or bringing the track back up, you know, to navigate right round. I love the way that the UI works. And on top of that, I love the way that it's integrated well with the YouTube. So when you go into YouTube, whether you're on your TV or whether you're on your Mac or whether you're on your PC, the YouTube music there, it's all integrated really nicely. I think that's a really nice feature. I think the UI is really nice. They've even got a little section on there called Charts. Now, Charts is what's trending. You can pick from countries and you can look up and down the charts, and you can see what's trending, what's not. And you can shuffle those around, you can move it. So if you fancy something that's going on or see what other people are listening to and what's trending in the charts, it's there. On top of which as well, if you're listening to the music and you want to stream it to one of your speakers, the integration obviously to any Google Nest audio device such as the Nest speaker. And of course, if you're listening on the Nest Home Max or the Nest screen, the smaller one, it's a really nice integration. And of course, it works with Apple's AirPlay. So if you want to stream it to your HomePod, if you've got the main HomePod, although they've discontinued that now, Apple, if you've got the HomePod minis like I've got, you can simply go into AirPlay and stream it. And it sounds fantastic, and you can control it. And I believe that Apple is now opening that up so you can make that your main music system within Apple, and it's also in Apple CarPlay. Obviously it's going to be in Android Auto because it's a Google thing, but it's also in Apple CarPlay, so you can actually take that into your car. So the app is now becoming as widespread as all the others, especially Spotify, but the integration is fantastic. I really do like it. There's even a section called moods. So depending on what mood you're in, and let's face it, as human beings, we have a whole selection of moods that we can go through throughout the day, depending on where we're at and what we're doing. So we can have moods. So depending on what type of mood, if you're in a chill mood, you select chill, and it will give you a load of music within that genre of music, and you can just select, and there's tons of suggestions for you to choose from, you know, and I like the way that it picks. Not only does it give you the chill music, it also tries to recommend the music that might suit you. This is how good the algorithms and the AI is getting. Now, of course, if I was going to pick a downside, because I've got to find something, there's got to be something in this that I don't like. And I really struggled. I really struggled. And you can see what I said at the beginning of this video, YouTube, what are you doing? The downside that I like in Spotify, because Spotify was, and no, it's, I've got to be honest, I'm listening to YouTube music because, anyway, the downside that I like on YouTube, that I like on Spotify that's not on YouTube, is the list where I can see what my friends are listening to. I think that would be a nice feature, because sometimes I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, oh, what's my friend listening to, or family member, or, you know, let's just pick up what they're listening to. And I can see what they're up to and stuff, which I think is a really nice feature. The share feature in YouTube, of course, is YouTube Music. It's just the same as YouTube. You can share very easily, and it picks it up. And of course, anyone can go in and just listen to it, because there's a free version of that, so they haven't got to be a subscriber. So if you want to particularly share a song or a music video, if you're watching something from the 80s, which is really cool, you can share that with your friends or family. They can literally click on it and it will open up YouTube and play that. And they won't come up with it will come up and say, do you want to be a YouTube premium subscriber, stuff like that. But they can just click no and watch and enjoy the video. So what's your thoughts? I've just, you know, the things that I've highlighted here, and you know me, I'm telling you because I use it myself. I'm not someone that's going to give you all the stats and all this stuff there. I tell you because I enjoy using it, how it integrates with my life, like all of the stuff that I review. And I think that YouTube Music has definitely got something to offer. You know, at first, when I first started listening to it, I didn't get it on Apple CarPlay. I couldn't do certain things, and it just wasn't there. So I stuck with Spotify and Apple Music. And I don't really want free lots of streaming music that I've got to pick from, you know, because that's £9.99 a month there, £14.99. You know, before you know it, you're spending £30 a month on music, streaming services that all pretty much do the same thing. And there were things that I loved with Apple because it played through, I'm in the Apple ecosystem, and played through the HomePod, you know, and Apple closed that off to Spotify and everyone else. So I ended up with Apple Music. But however, I love Spotify because of my playlist, the way I create my playlist and everything else. And there were things that it did really well within Apple and did really well within Spotify that I couldn't do here. And, you know, and it just got, and then in steps YouTube Music and says, you like all that, do you? Well, here you go. And you can watch it through your telly, and you can watch the music videos, and you can sing to the lyrics, and I'll recommend playlists. But I've also got moods, and I'll take all those horrible adverts away when you're watching YouTube on TV or on your phone or any device. And I have to say, I'm really now swaying towards YouTube Music. And I think they're going to up the audio quality as well to match Amazon. So it's going to be CD quality. They have a lot more music because people can upload music, which they can push through the system. You know, I couldn't find certain playlists, certain songs within Apple and Spotify. It was there. It's a strong contender, people. I really recommend that you go and check this out. I'm not saying go and sign up. They do give you a 30-day, I think, free trial. I'm pretty sure it's 30-day. Hit me in the comments if I'm wrong on that one. But I think it's a 30-day free trial they give you if you want to try it out for yourself. And I've got to be honest, just to not see those adverts on YouTube alone was a massive difference for me. But the mere fact that I can just listen to my music wherever I'm at was a game changer. I never want to sing my heart out with those lyrics. I could. So if you enjoyed this video, as always, please, people, this is a new channel for me. please, please, please hit that like button. It will really boost the YouTube algorithm to tell people more about where I'm at. And also as well, if you haven't done, if you're new and this is your type of thing, you want someone from the UK giving it to you for real with stuff that I use. Yes, I might not be the most geekiest person out there to give you all those amazing statistics, no, but I'm telling you my experience through using it so I can help some of you if you're looking to make those decisions as well. So please make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and until the next one.
I can't see a way out. I've been stacking face down off canvases I painted. I just spent the rain day on shit I can't afford, but that's the price I pay.